Deliver Us from Evil is a 2014 American crime horror thriller film directed by Scott Derrickson, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, and co-written with Paul Harris Boardman, based on a 2001 book entitled Beware the Night by Ralph Sarchie and Lisa Collier. Starring Eric Bana, Édgar Ramírez, Sean Harris, Olivia Munn, and Joel McHale, the film was released on July 2, 2014. Plot: the movie is based on the real-life events of Ralph Sarchie, a New York cop who meets a Castilian-Hungarian renegade priest when he is pulled into a case which the priest convinces him, against the officer's religious beliefs, is demonically related. Together, they work to solve the case and combat paranormal forces working against them as New York slowly descends into chaos. Cast: Eric Bana as Ralph Sarchie, a New York City street cop with a New Jersey accent who has put his faith in religion behind him, only to find himself entangled with the devil. Édgar Ramírez as Mendoza, the Spanish priest who teams with Ralph. Olivia Munn as Jen Sarchie, Ralph's unregistered trademark's wife, who also has a tie to the case. Sean Harris as Santino, a soldier possessed by the devil, who ends up targeting Ralph. Joel McHale as Butler, Ralph's unregistered trademark's partner, a tough, experienced cop. Chris Coy as Jimmy Trutner, Dorian Missick as Gordon, Brenna Fox as Zookeeper, Valentina Rendicubden as Claudia, Olivia Horton as Jane Krenner, Édgar Ramírez. Production: on September 4, 2012, director Scott Derrickson signed on to direct a paranormal cop thriller film he co-wrote with Paul Harris Boardman, with Screen Gems producing. On November 12, Jerry Bruckheimer signed on to produce the film with his Jerry Bruckheimer Films production company, which had begun developing a treatment of the Sarchie book years earlier. David Ayer, Brian Bertino and Bruce C. McKenna also worked on the screenplay before Bruckheimer went back to Derrickson. Screen Gems set a January 16, 2015, release date and announced it would start filming on May 20, in the Bronx, New York City. On November 13, 2013, Sony Pictures changed the release date from January 2015 to July 2, 2014. On December 7, a film was retitled From Beware the Night to Deliver Us from Evil. Casting: initially, Mark Wahlberg was set to star. On November 9, 2012, The Wrap posted that Eric Bana was in talks to join the film, playing the lead role as a New York cop. On April 9, 2013, Bana confirmed his role in the film as a Catholic cop, and Olivia Munn and Édgar Ramírez were set to co-star as the cop's wife and a priest respectively. On May 28, 2013, Joel McHale and Sean Harris also joined the film. McHale played Bana's partner, a tough and experienced cop. Dorian Missick joined cast on June 5 to play the role of the cop Gordon. Other cast members include Chris Coy, Brenna Fox, and Valentina Rendicubden. Filming: principal photography for the film began on June 3, 2013 in New York City. After wrapping up filming in New York in the end of July, production moved to Abu Dhabi at the start of August 2013. Production filmed scenes at the Liwa Oasis Desert in Abu Dhabi. According to Empire State Development Corporation, Deliver Us from Evil spent more than $19 million in New York State over the course of its 34-day shoot in New York City and on Long Island. The production paid $7 million to New York residents, hiring some 700 cast and crew as well as more than 400 extras. Release: the film was released on July 2, 2014 in 3,049 locations in the United States. Marketing: on December 23, 2013. The first photo from the film was released. The film's first trailer was released on YouTube on March 7, 2014, followed by another international trailer on April 10. On May 14 another trailer was released. Reception: the film received mixed reviews from critics. The film currently holds a 33% rating on Rotten Tomatoes based on 60 reviews. The general consensus states, director Scott Derrickson continues to have a reliably firm grasp on creepy atmosphere, but Deliver Us from Evil's lack of original scares is reflected in its shop-worn title. On Metacritic, the film has a 41/100 rating, indicating mixed or average reviews. Box office, Deliver Us from Evil earned $2.8 million on its opening day. In its opening weekend the film earned $9,500,000, ranking at number 4 in the United States. References. External links: Deliver Us from Evil at the Internet Movie Database, Deliver Us from Evil at Box Office Mojo, Deliver Us from Evil at History vs. Hollywood, Deliver Us from Evil at Rotten Tomatoes, Deliver Us from Evil at Metacritic.